All right. Well, no. Side note. I can say this first. Playoffs has been amazing, super entertaining. As we're recording this, today's the 29th. We had Milwaukee, Indiana going to overtime and Milwaukee lose. Knicks Pistons game was very intense, but we had the Pistons thankfully win 3-2 currently. And the Nuggets and Clippers are ongoing, and Celtics Orlando's ongoing, and Orlando is shooting terrible. Just wanted that.
Yeah, no, they are. That shit is definitely rough. Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of our little podcast going on here. So today we wanted to talk about two series in particular: the Lakers and Wolves, and the Warriors Rockets. Right. So Lakers Wolves right now. The Lakers are down 3-1 in that series. They lost a tough heartbreaker in Game 4. Trying to find a way to win. I think at home. So it's going to be really interesting. I think there's a couple things that me and Jamal saw in that game and in the series so far that I think is pretty interesting. And some of it's some of it's Wolves and some of it's Lakers, but it's mostly Wolves. I think the Wolves surprised us. They're the 6th seed. You know, they're going against the Lakers. The Lakers are 3 seed. So off of just the seeding, you're already saying they're the underdog. A lot of people said Lakers in 5. You know, Shannon Sharp, some of my friends. So it's really surprising that we see them in this scenario right now. But
Yeah.
we can get started here. I'm
Funny
gonna go
enough, I
to
was not one of the people. No, I like the Lakers. I like that they got Luca. I like the trade. But I wasn't one of those people. I was saying Wolves in 6. Honestly, more in spite of my other friends who are major fans, and I didn't think it would come to fruition at all. But here we are, and the Timberwolves are cooking. Ant is just defeating all his heroes. Like it's
not for real,
first
man.
KD,
Yeah,
and now
he's
he's 3-1 against Bron.
3-1 against Braun, bro. Like, and
Sounds so crazy.
it's interesting because that just shows the evolution of his player. Like, I have a couple of things here that I can show because I'll be honest, the Wolves have been outperforming the Lakers in the clutch, and a lot of it's due to Ant's ability to play make now. He's
Yes,
actually being a very surprisingly
very
sharp
great
playmaker.
playmaker.
Yeah, he's been a sharp playmaker.
Now
Um,
we've been seeing him attack the paint, and instead of going for his dunks or his layups, as we see him be very confident when he goes to the rim against a lot of defenders, he knows the presence that he brings in down there. They collapse on him, and he swings out so efficiently now. He just gets the extra pass off, and it results in a layup usually. He's been
right,
finishing games
right.
with 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. He's been playing all over the place and still being offensive. It's been amazing watching.
All right, so I'll show this up right now. I got about 2 plays here that I may go back to back. It's not too far apart. Can you see it, Jamal?
100%.
All right, cool. So, um, let this play through right now. I think this is the first thing that I wanted to just bring up. And it's very simple, but he's he's just been such a good like. Remember when I talked about Luca and I said that the Lakers' superpower in this series is going to be their over the top shot making.
Yeah.
That's what Ant's doing. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Ant's doing in the clutch. It's situations like this. You get a screens away Rui, you got Luca. I'm gonna just take the shot. And he
Yep.
hits it. Right?
And it's knowing that he has Luca too.
You gotta
I
pass
think
like this as
I
well.
think when
I
people
mean,
see Luca, they just think they have an opening because he's not there defensively. Like he's not a defensive hound.
yeah.
He gives up a lot of space.
I mean, this is it's interesting you say it too because this is another play like right back to back. So Ant hits that 3, they get a stop, they come back up the court. Ant decides to blast the right wing, and who's guarding him? Luca again. He picks this matchup, and look what he does with it. It generates space.
Yeah. And look, as soon as he touches the paint, he knows someone's gonna help Luca. He knows it. They have to.
Look at how many people are down here.
There's 3 people near Luka right now. Because what you have, Dante as an option. He could have went baseline and threw it to Dante.
Facts.
Or you have Nas on the wing. Then you have McDaniels, who you could fake oop it to right here.
Yeah, no, this is an
open.
opening.
Pass like that off.
That's crazy. I didn't even see this one too. Yeah, no, he was ready for it.
Amount of openings. Every time he goes in the paint, he has his man on him, and if it's Luka, Luka's getting the extra help. On top of that, he's 3. Like, it's their defense. The Lakers could be winning this. You have Rui showing up. You have Dorian showing up. All of them showed up offensively. It's just the defensive end. It's the small ball. It's just not working. And a lot of people are coming after Bron for not scoring in the fourth.
Yeah.
Bron didn't score in the fourth, but you had AR scoring and you had Luka scoring most of those points. LeBron was playing amazing defense. That's what they needed. They needed defense. You have LeBron completely switch off and go to defense. Mind you, that fourth quarter, he had something of 2 assists, 2 rebounds. He had a block on Dante down there. I don't know if you have the clip for that, but he blocks Dante. Like, he just was being more defensive. He was doing what they needed. They were not. They didn't have a very strong defense going.
Yeah, no.
So having LeBron convert to just that, like, we're seeing a lot of LeBron being in the paint and being kind of like a big man.
There it is again. Right. Like, it's just that's what they were doing throughout the entire game. Then they ended with that run that closed it out. I think it was a 13-1 run. And that was the end of game 3.
Yep.
Couple of things as well that I wanted to bring up. Jaden McDaniels. So I have 3 clips here. I have 3 clips, right? Aggressive.
Sure.
That's the point of that. He's not settling. He's being very, very methodical when he plays. He's active when he's playing. Another play here. Here's McDaniels. Again, aggressive. Finding his way to the basket, going through baseline, not going to settle for the shot. And he has one more here. Yeah, that was right on the money. Again. That was an and one. That was an and one. Pressuring the ball. This is a play by Luka. Got down, but
also another side note: Timberwolves have been winning, and Rudy hasn't been playing great. Like I like watching, like his stats probably what stats? They might not be horrible. Oh no, they're horrible. Wow. He's averaging 3.5 points and 6.3 rebounds. Something I don't get Rudy Gobert, man. I don't. Imagine Rudy Gobert was playing like as good as he could. This series would be a lot worse.
This is, I think, another one here. That's just offensive.
Literally.
That's offensive process.
Literally what I'm talking about.
It's offensive process.
He gets down there, swings it down there.
And I don't want to make this Luka the Ant show, but he's been fantastic in this series.
No, man. Ken, you know who we haven't brought up at all, and he has just turned around and showed up a lot.
Who
is Julius Randle?
Mm-hmm.
He's had a lot of iffy plays. He had that big foul in the corner in, I believe, the fourth quarter. It was really like he knew he fouled him, but it was such a call. But he showed up that whole game. That whole game he was balling. Game 4, whole game.
No, yeah, he was active in this game.
Active. He's hitting threes. Austin Reeves too.
Not sure if I have any. Let me see.
Austin Reeves has also looked a bit timid this playoffs. Like, it just looks like he'd be scared to move sometimes.
Nas Reed. A lot of good players in this series, man. I mean, one thing
it's just been such good basketball.
The one thing with the Lakers, though, and I think that definitely affects them too, is I saw this stat a little bit earlier today when I was researching, and Nas Reed is averaging at least 13 points in this series, and the Lakers bench is averaging less than that as a whole.
Oh
And
yeah, no. Nas Reed averages 14.
14, yeah,
13.8.
right, right,
He
yeah.
averages
Like
14.
it's like that. That's another thing too. When they don't have their five, which they left, this is the five that they left in the game, and that's a great LeBron block. That's the one you were referring to.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm down to here.
Like this five man is good for the
This is what I
Lakers.
mean.
They have
They're
good process
showing
with this.
up, like they're
Yep.
hitting all the big shots that they need to hit.
Yep.
Like the Lakers are playing so good. It's just the Timberwolves defense and one.
All of it's down the stretch.
I think this is one of the most balanced matchups. Like this is like Clippers Nuggets.
Turnover.
Because obviously OKC versus Memphis was very one-sided. Celtics Orlando very one-sided. Should have been a
yeah. No, despite it being a 3-1 lead for the Wolves, I think this series is very close. I think this is a very close win series. No one's been blown out.
Yeah.
Everything's been a dogfight.
It's a weird 3-1. It's a competitive 3.
Yeah, I mean they had a game that ended like what 95-85. It's been a very very physical series. JJ's decision to keep the five that he had out there for the remainder of the game was risky.
I don't disagree with it though.
It's risky. No, I get it because they had this is the five with the best net rating for the Lakers. They can create offense pretty easily with this five, but to leave them the whole second half against a Wolves team that's just hounding, it'll take a toll over time. I think that's why this turnover ended up happening here. I mean, they were just on them all night.
So you know what I think? I think if you have this being your five, right? This is the five is highest net rating. They do it all on offense, which is a fact. They were making a lot happen offensively.
I mean, look at the score. They were in this game. 100%.
I think Bron, you can play that half. I think Austin Reeves, you can stay. I genuinely just think you pack up Luka for 2 minutes, and you have Jackson coming.
Jackson Hayes.
Yeah. Because Jackson Hayes he opens up a lot in the paint. I feel like when we were seeing him at this end of the season, he was playing very well.
Right.
Jackson Hayes was defensively, offensively. There's been a moments where he was getting kind of picked on because I feel like he's a smaller big, but Luka needs a bit of rest. He's already sagging off and playing a bit of lazy defense. Now making him play that half, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't.
I think I would put Gabe Vincent in. I think I keep Hayes out just because some of the possessions I watch, he's just not sharp enough to keep the offense moving. So we can have Reeves and James ball handle while Gabe is the shooter. I mean, Gabe has been shooting pretty well in this series too. I mean, he started shooting pretty well towards the end of the regular season, and he's kept that same kind of hot streak a little bit. So, I'll put him in the game instead of Luka if we're talking about putting somebody down for some rest. But I do think LeBron, Reeves, Dorian, Rui, and maybe, Rui could be the other one too because he was gassed. I mean, he was gassed.
I was gonna say Rui's as well because he has been having to play the paint.
Yeah.
And then take these big time shots from deep. Yeah, not from deep, but they're threes. They're just long.
Yeah.
And honestly, with you saying that, I can see that now because look at the defensive matchups. I think Gabe can be in front of Dante defense.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about switching now. That's the. Right. And then we have this call. One beautiful challenge. Because when we were watching this game, I said it was a foul. I was saying this shit is a foul. I said, yo, he smacked his arms. Tyler was in there as well, and he didn't think it was. But then they pulled out the AC 130, which was crazy. I don't think I've ever seen that angle either, but I think it's a good angle.
Is that in this? I don't think this will be in here. But it was quite the view. It was quite the view. I'm gonna see if I can. Yeah.
That was crazy. But I feel like I've seen that one other time. I thought it was Team USA, but they were using the 3D camera stuff, that rotation thing.
Oh yeah, right. But all in all, though, I think the Lakers can go back home and win Game 5. Is it Game 5? Right? Yeah, it's Game 5.
Yeah, Game 5.
Yeah, so I think they can go home and win Game 5, and then when it goes back to the Wolves, that's when we're gonna get the dogfight. I think I said Lakers in 7 in this, so that's still a possibility. My prediction's still alive. but the Lakers got to win at home first, and then if they can go back here and get a W, you go back home. You have an opportunity there. I'm just worried about the lineups again. I think if you try to deploy that, I understand what JJ was planning to do because they had extra days off. So if they got this win, you get some rest, you go back, you're ready to play. But unfortunately, it didn't pull out that way. So if you try to do that now, just know that you're not going to get that window of rest again. So if they win, then be prepared to play another game like a day after, and it's going to be another dogfight. So, but I think Lakers could stay alive. Rockets Warriors now, right? And what is the series at? It's 3-1 Warriors, correct?
3-1 currently.
Yeah. So, a couple things. So we had Game 3, and that was the game that Jimmy Butler didn't play. He was injured from the pelvic contusion that he suffered from the fall that he had. We already reviewed that ad nauseum. And honestly, I think, I wish him well. He actually was healthy for the next game, which we will show in a little bit. But I just wanted to talk about Steph Curry real quick. This guy was masterful in this game. He had 39 points, 5 threes. He was just doing everything you can do for someone who didn't have their Robin. And he relied on his supporting cast to carry the load. I can't remember what everyone had, but everyone did contribute. It was a collective effort. It was like the Warriors' way of basketball, if you want to put it, softly. So I have a play here, and this is I call this Curry magic because it's just. All right, so he passes this to Quinn Post, gets a handoff back over, lays a screen. Amon Thompson's caught. He has freedom. He has Steven Adams. He crosses him over, so now he has an open lane. He decides to take this up on 2, and he makes it. And that alone was just fantastic.
And know that. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No,
not mean to cut
no, you're good. No, go ahead. I'm just saying he's
just
great.
Know the way Curry has been being hounded this entire series is disgusting. The hand checking, the bumps, bro.
Like, look at this.
They're clear fouls that he is not getting, and it's because he's Curry, which I think is so odd. Gary Payton, 16 points. Wow. He does not score high often. He shot 7 for 9 and 2 for 3 from the 3-pointer. Super efficient. To have him play that offensively well and to be there on defense at all times is amazing.
You see this? It's amazing. You see the play again.
Gary Payton if Gary Payton is constantly playing at this level, oh my God, we're money. I'm not gonna lie to you. This playoffs we could be really good. Buddy Hield finally showed back up because I don't know if you remember, Ken, earlier in the season, I believe we were like 16-4, 16-5. We had like 7-game win streak. We were really good early in the season, and Buddy Hield was balling. We hadn't seen much of that from Buddy in a while.
Right.
We finally got that from him. He had 17 points, shot 5-11 from 3, and 6-13 total. Take it, a little less than 50 from both sides, a little less than 50%, about 46. That's all we need. And then Curry, 36, 7, and 9. Just massive. And then this game, we finally get Jimmy back, and Jimmy played amazing. I think Curry had a bit more of an off night, but after his last requirement from the previous game, I think that's a bit more fair that he looked for the team to do more.
Yeah.
He was like 26 points game back.
Yeah, Steve Kerr even said it. He said that Buddy Hield set the tone defensively. He said you would never hear someone say that on planet Earth. I mean, I didn't expect him to say it either, but Hield did play pretty well.
But he really has. I honestly, when watching him this late end of the season, it felt like Buddy was lost. Like he doesn't know the playbook. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing in certain positions. Right. And now it's like he's just paying attention, found his groove, something. Pods. Oh my gosh. It was Dembski. Pods and Jimmy.
Yeah.
But Dembski, he has been hooping. It's finally coming to light, but it's because of Jimmy.
Because that's
Having
what.
that other star player,
Yep.
having another person bring that attraction
Yep.
opens up for Pods. He wasn't ready to
Facts.
be like
Facts.
the second. He's not ready
Secondary,
to be number
not
two.
secondary.
He's
No.
he's an Austin Reeves. He's a number
Yes.
three. He's a really
Yes.
good number
It's a
three.
great comparison. It's a great comparison. That's
It's
exactly what he's
exactly
supposed
who
to be
he
playing
is.
as. Yeah, because at the time you saw in the season before they got Jimmy, he was struggling to get it going. We're all like thinking to ourselves, well, he had such a good year last year. Like, what's going on with Podziemski? And it's just because of where he was slotted. And now you get Jimmy, the secondary star. He's slotted perfectly.
Look at
It's a
this.
shot like this. I mean,
Playing like a
making
star right
making
now.
across the court passes, setting up the offense. Butler for three. That's great.
If we're playing basketball like this, yo, we're competing.
The Rockets just have athleticism.
That's
Eamon
tough.
Thompson. That's just Butler, Podziemski. It's that's what they're doing. They're playing efficient offense. I gotta say.
Like, you can call
Even
me
if
biased.
Curry's having a rough
Maybe
game.
like there's a perspective like, oh, if this team is so good, they shouldn't be dealing with the Rockets like this. The Rockets are the 2 seed. All right,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna downplay it as it is. They are the 2 seed.
I was blocked by Steven Adams.
That's a good block.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm a bit more biased, but I see final like, bro, we're going to the Western Conference Finals.
Western Conference Finals. Mm-hmm.
Whoever we see next, which is
the Wolves. Is the Wolves. Yeah.
We're gonna see the Wolves. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ken. We're really busting their ass. You can quote me on this. It's in this clip. It's in this video. Nah, bro. I got Warriors in 6.
I got Wolves in 6 on that one.
I got Warriors in 6, bro. I think the Wolves look
in 7,
nice.
6 or 7.
But our opening, the reason we are going to win is because of Rudy Gobert. That man is not showing up. He's not showing up right now. He'd be looking lost. I seen him miss this alley-oop. He puts it back up,
Butler.
and it misses the layup. It just rolls right out. I don't get what he be doing. No one really be contesting him. He's 7 foot sometimes. Your arms are above everyone's head, bro. What are you doing?
Damn.
I don't be getting it watching Rudy Gobert, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. You know, sometimes he's just not aggressive to the basket when he could be, and that can be working.
It's so
works
weird,
to his detriment.
Because wasn't when he played for France this recent summer, he was playing well, right? Am I not?
Yeah, no, he played well for them. Yeah, because I mean, well, he had Wemby. He had Wemby on his side, so you know, it's probably a little bit easier. It just
changed things, but like he was still. It does change a lot, actually. But you shouldn't need that at that height and for what you do.
Yeah, I think it's maybe like a mobility thing. I mean, every big's different. Some bigs are like Jaren Jackson. You got other people who are like, you know, Gobert. Gobert's a little slow, but he still has he has enough agility to make dynamic blocks if he's in range. But when it comes to probably sliding his feet, you know, when it's coming to driving to the basket, you know, you have to. It's a lot of body control, and with that momentum, and he's a tall guy.
He has
tall guy.
Yeah, he has terrible mobility and body control, but it's like we see all these other tall players. It's just the way he's built. I guess I can't put nothing. But it's like, is that something that can be worked on? You feel like is there something you can get to a point where you're good? Because you would think, oh, footwork, work on your footwork.
Facts. It's the first thing I'm thinking about. Yes. First thing I'm thinking about is footwork, and then the next thing I would think about is trying to finish with contact. So like you could have people with, you know, using the dummy machine, things that they use to, you know, consider yourself kind of finishing with contact. You could do that as well. Like I think it definitely could be worked on. I mean, at this point in his career, I think he is who he is. I doubt Gobert's gonna enhance his game in any way. So, you know, what we get is what we get. He's still a phenomenal big. I gotta, like, I'm not I don't wanna. He's a great big. Phenomenal maybe is extreme, but he's a great big though.
I think he's just big, and because he's big, it's helpful to the team.
Okay.
Like, really, that's the point.
I mean, I could see that. Yeah.
On Utah, he was better, and he had like some goofy plays, but now it's like just maybe it's a decline. Because how old is the guy? Like 34 or something?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. Yeah.
Late end of the season. I guess we could just go easier on Rudy Gobert and not expect so much. I suppose.
Last thing before we do kind of wrap this up a little bit too is I do want to give a shout out to Draymond Green. Alfred Şengün decided to think it was a good idea to go at Draymond Green for the last play of the game, and he got stalwarted at the free throw line. I don't know. I think they could have drawn something better up. Draymond was emphatic when he finished that defensive play. And that's just one of the things he does for this team. He's really good, man. Like, he's a very sharp player who could play all 5 positions, defend all 5, pretty much. Solid passer.
Yes, there's a much better way of putting it.
Yeah, and I think Golden State has the chance to just wrap this up because the Rockets, as I think athletic is their strongest, like their biggest strength. But when it comes to shot making, Şengün will always get. I think Şengün will be Şengün. I think he will get his points. Fred VanVleet, it's kind of hit or miss if he's gonna be consistent with his 3-point shots. Jalen Green's really your X factor. He had 35 in that one game they won, and since then he's averaged, I think it's roughly around 13 to 16 points. Not too accurate on his numbers, but he's been struggling, to say the least. And him struggling as one of their offensive fulcrums, like it's not gonna allow them to really keep up in these games. Now in this game, they played well. You know, Şengün and Fred VanVleet, you know, played absolutely amazing basketball, and made some good shots. But you know, when it comes down to it, like when it gets this close, there's still a chance for you to lose, and you want to have a little bit more offensive punch, which is why you hope that Jalen Green can kind of give you something next game. But he's young. I think this Rocket team is young, so you know, a loss in this series, even being the 2 seed, is it could be disappointing. But if you look at it in an optimistic sense, you still have a young team, and you still have pieces that you can make moves with. You can do a lot with this roster. There's a lot of upside. So I do think that they can look at the season as a whole in positivity, regardless of win or loss.
I just want to say on the Jalen Green note, that really has been their X factor. Is if, as we've seen, the one game they won, Jalen Green was 38 points.
Right.
If Jalen Green is really showing up in that manner, just that we had said it before, that 26 to 27 range, 24 points per game, if he's dropping 20 plus in these games, like, yo, it's a lot scarier for the Warriors. He dropped 8 points the last game, and the game before that 9, and the first game 7. And those are all the games they lost, is when they're stopping Jalen Green, apparently, or he's taking bad shots.
Yeah, you're right.
It's really, if Jalen Green shows up in that point guard spot, man, offensively, it's where it's needed. Then
we're not talking like 30 a game. You know, just a consistent 20. You know, consistent
17.
20. Yeah. A consistent source of
20 range.
A consistent source of offense for the Rockets, because at times they can play good defense, but their offense could stifle itself because they don't have.
The issue is getting less than 10 from a guy like Jalen Green. 3 out of 4 games is not going to.
He was 3 for 8. He was 3 for 8 in game 4, and it's like you can't be 3 for 8. Like you are one of the offensive players on this team. I need you taking more shots. I think 3 for 8 could be rough, but we need you to take more shots. Be more aggressive.
I know he shot 1 for 5 from the 3 the last game.
Yeah, moral of the story: be more aggressive, Jalen Green. Try to get to that hole. That's aggressive right there. That's energy. Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think Warriors win it out next game? Yeah.
Jimmy plays. I think we're good. Yeah, dude.
Just get yourself.
Unless Jalen Green really shows up.
Yeah. Get yourself ready to play the Wolves.
100%. But I think that's what we wanted too. I think we didn't want to see the Lakers.
How do you think that matchup's gonna go? So, because your five is gonna be Steph, Jimmy, Draymond, Pods. Who else am I missing? Is that Quinn Post? I think Post is a starter.
Post Peyton really depends now.
Because but yeah, either way, I mean, it would be Mike Conley on Curry, I assume,
I think it's
and
Post though. I'm
on
not gonna lie to you.
Pods.
Probably Post because there's
Yeah,
Rudy. I think
yeah,
it would be
facts.
very smart for us to play Pods.
Yeah, so you got Ant on
I mean Pod
Pods.
Post.
You have Randall on. No, yeah, you have Randall on. I would say Draymond.
Jimmy. Oh, Draymond.
Ooh,
What do you put on Jimmy and?
no, I put McDaniel's
No,
on
and
Jimmy. I
on
put
Pods.
McDaniel's on Jimmy.
McDaniel's on Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You know what? And I know he's gonna have a lot of assignments against Curry and Jimmy. He's gonna have a lot of possessions against them.
So that's a big workload.
Yeah, no, for sure. They're gonna be tired, man. They're gonna run around. But yeah, I think it's that. It'll be Randall on Green, and it'd be Quinn and Post on Gobert. And I think that lineup, if Gobert is not going to be aggressive, then you have to seek your offensive punch from Randall and McDaniels. I think Ant's going to score on any team. I just I'm not worried about him. To be honest, I think he'll score.
I think if Jimmy's on me. I mean, Jimmy with the injury now, that might slow him down.
That could slow him down, yeah, a little bit.
That can affect him.
He was kind of slow when he was playing in Game 4. He's kind of slow.
He was slow,
not slow.
Effective.
He was effective. Yeah, he was effective, but he was slow. You could watch him though. You watch him and you see like his movement. It's like he's a little bit stiffer than he'd like to be.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gets some rest now. If they can win it out, yeah, get some good rest.
There's a play where he gets fouled at the 3-point line in Game 4, and he had literally paused to like rub that groin area or wherever he got bumped. Like you could just see him like hurting. I forgot what time it was. I just watched. He was in the corner late Game 3, and he was like rubbing his side right here. Yeah, perfect. Wow. I think it was the movement of bringing his body back, like his back, body back. The way he shot his back, backwards after he pulled that shot.
Yeah.
Just mad discomfort.
Yeah, he looked like he leaned a little bit too much.
He leaned back. Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. So, but I think he had 27, 5 and 6 in this game. He's pretty sure. He's still effective. He's still effective. So you still have Jimmy. You still have playoff Jimmy. So,
we got 40 minutes from him and Todd just pooping. 2 steals and a block from Podepsky.
Right. But yeah, no, I think Warriors are eventually going to win. I think the Rockets' keys is just having more offensive punch. Their defense is fine. It's been a lot of close games. But I just think that the Warriors have more. If they play with their full team, they have a little bit more offensively to get them over the edge. So, yeah, they advance, and they'll probably play the Wolves next round. We have some other series that are ongoing that we look forward to watching, and we look forward to reviewing as well. So be on the lookout for that. Hopefully we'll get those in sometime this week. But either way, it's been a pleasure. Again, these playoffs have been fantastic. Me and Jamal have enjoyed every second of it. Every game, every series we've seen. These. I saw this stat as well that there was a lot of techs in this first round compared to last year's playoffs in general, and I couldn't remember what the number was, but
I got you.
It's physical.
Honestly, I forgot this fact, but
it's physical. It's been a physical set of series, man.
The last playoffs, there was 71, 75 total, 70 range, right? The first round of these playoffs, between everything that's going on, it's already at like 40 or something.
Yeah, see?
After today, it's at 40.
Yeah.
Or 40 something, 30, late 30s. So we're looking at an 80 to 90 finish for techs, probably.
Yeah, and that just goes to show physicality. That goes to show grit. Like there's a lot of series in here where the teams feels like they don't like each other, man. That's what I love to see. So looking forward to continuing to watch those, continuing to cover those. So you guys be on the lookout for that. As always, we wish y'all well and see you on the next one.